What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now Plus. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk a little bit more about Final Fantasy 16 and the new update we got from Square Enix on the sales. This is a controversial-like thing because obviously there was a lot of talk with the install base and the attach rate, and did Final Fantasy 16 actually sell well? Did it sell well compared to what 15 did, and how many PlayStations and Xboxes were out with that game, and Final Fantasy 7 Remake? It's been messy, to be honest with you. I really love the game. I did a review on the main channel, talked a lot about it, and I'm overall very, very happy with it. I will gladly take DLC, and I absolutely think there will be DLC. I think it'll release on PC probably next year, all of that stuff. But we finally get actually from them themselves, right? Square Enix, who, by the way, they're pretty tough on their own studios, right? They've sold off a lot of like Western franchises they had. They were never really happy with sales of like Tomb Raider or even like Guardians of the Galaxy. So this is a company that I think does expect quite a bit from their games, and if they don't reach it, kind of like even EA, right? They're a little mad. They get a little PO'd if that doesn't happen. So they basically came out and said that they are very happy with it. The sales are extremely strong. That's the direct quote. So they go through a bunch of stuff. We can read it out. With 38 million PS5 consoles shipped globally as of March 31st, 2023, sales of Final Fantasy 16 surpassed the 3 million units worldwide several days after released on June 22nd. Taking into consideration the sales figures of Final Fantasy VII Remake and the difference in size of the install base of the PS4 at the time of this title's release, we can see the attach rate of Final Fantasy 16 is considerably high given the PS5 install base. Square Enix considers the initial sales results of Final Fantasy 16 to be extremely strong, and we will continue to carry out a wide range of initiatives to encourage even more people to play the game. So look, could they be lying? Could they be like kind of glossing it up? That's probably not the right word, right? Like making it more fancier, making it look better than it really is. Yeah, they could, but I think when they talk about, and not just Square Enix, when they're talking about sales figures and stuff, there's really no point to lie. In fact, that's probably where they are the most brutally honest. That's where we hear, hey, this game hasn't turned a profit yet. And we have to say it. We got investors, we have all this stuff. We can't really lie about it. So the reason I bring that up is, again, so much of this stuff was all over the place like a couple weeks ago, right? They say how much it sold. We knew it sold 3 million quite a while. I think I even made a video on it. So we knew that, but we didn't know, all right, well, yeah, you look at the attach rate. Is it good? Is that a good sales number for how many PS5s are out there? I said back then, I actually think it was good. We looked at the Final Fantasy 15 data. We looked at Final Fantasy 7 Remake. You got to remember, and I know it gets more like detailed than this, but there's millions of whatever console, and not that many millions are going to get the game. That's just how it is. If a game sold on PS4, say a PS4 exclusive, 10 million, and the PS4 sold 110, 115 million units, it's a very small attachment if you think about it, right? It's less than 10% of the users or owners of a PS4 bought that game. So it's not 50, 60, 70%, and it's not that when the number's big. It's also not that when the number's small. Again, it gets more detailed than that, but I already did that, in the other video. I think this is a good amount. I think it'll continue to sell. I know there was worry because I think in Japan, right, it kind of like jumped off a cliff after like week 1 or week 2. So that is a little worrying, right? Because you do want this thing to have legs, but I think it will sell. I think maybe even with discounts and stuff, it'll sell. I think when the PS5 just continues to sell more going into the fall, look, if you get a PS5 for Spider-Man 2 and you're out there looking for other games, there's actually not that many, which is sad because we're so many years in, right? But you got Ratchet and Clank, you got Demon Souls, Returnal, you got Final Fantasy. It's actually one of the very few, I don't even know if it is a system seller, but Marvel Spider-Man 2 is. Right? So you're going to get it from Marvel Spider-Man 2, and then you're looking around for the other games, and Final Fantasy would be one of them. Again, I'm just throwing it out there as I think this game will sell well into the fall. I think when this game comes out on PC, I think that'll do really, really good for it. So, look, I'm not simping for Square Enix. I don't care. I'm not this multi-million dollar, corporation or billions of dollars, depending on the company we're talking about. I do want these games to continue. I do want good work rewarded, and I think Final Fantasy 16 is a great game, one of my better games or my favorite games of the year. So I definitely want more of them. I don't want it to fail. I don't want it to undersell, and hopefully it sells whatever they want it to be internally. I hope that it reaches that mark, and I think it has a pretty good shot at it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure you're subscribed, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.